This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
So you are from Rajasthan.
Yes, sir. I am from Rajasthan, sir.
And you are already a scientist in
Yes, sir.
Space science.
Yes, sir.
I think that is a more important service. And you are coming to forest service. What attracted this service now? You have already 7-8 years passed.
Yes, you are true that sir, space sector is space sector is very important and it is contributing in various aspects of our society, right from disaster management, forest, etc. But sir, what attracts me for forest service are because of the following reasons, sir. Basically, first of all, it is all India services, which provides me a pan India outlook, and it is a nature field kind of job. And second, sir, is whenever I read about people's like Lakshman Singh, who recently got the Padma Award, so that person itself, one kid can do that much that much effect on the land than persons like me who will know the technical know-how can create the larger impact over there, sir. And as my hobby is visiting the natural places, it will help me to pursue it. And sir, from my childhood, I have been in villages where I was involved in plantation, and also in my school, I made some projects which was able to measure the height of the tree. But sir, I was not knowing that there is this kind of service which involved in the forestry. When I started for the civil services, then I came to know that there is a service. So from that, I started.
But scientists have more awards than the foresters.
Yes, sir, true, sir. But yes, sir. But sir, what I want, sir, basically, I prefer more about the nature of the jobs. I wanted the kind of job which offers me to be remain with the nature and doing directly with people at ground level.
Okay. Rajasthan, which animal is the state animal of Rajasthan?
Yes, sir. There are two animals I would say, sir. One is, sir, if it is about jungle, then it is chinkara, and if it is about domestic, then it is camel, sir.
Why camel?
Because sir, it is said is a sheep of the desert. It can remain for long days without the water, sir.
Yes, it's a ship or is a transport system for the
Yes,
deserts.
Yes, sir.
And why chinkara?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Why chinkara? Chinkara because that is an animal for the deserts. And if the deserts have the trees, only then chinkara can stay. Otherwise, chinkara will not stay if the forests are not there. And for development of the forest, because it is the top at the top of the ecological web or the food web, it is the animal.
Yes.
And that's why chinkara is kept over there. Which is the state tree of the Rajasthan?
It is in local we can say it khejri, sir. Prosopis cinerea.
And scientific?
Prosopis cinerea, sir.
Scenario. This time, the Forest Survey of India has given a report which has taken the coffee plantation, tea plantations, or other plantations and based on remote sensing data. How do you see this report? People have criticized it.
Yes, sir. Basically, sir, what definitions India has accepted, that is, if any land which is more than 1 hectare and having the 10% canopy cover, then it can be calculated at the forest cover. But according to the Forest and Agriculture Organization, which includes the same definition, but not including the plantation, canal, plantation, canal, coffee plantation, etc. But yes, sir, it can be included because as we have accepted definition according to that. So there is no problem that we should not include the coffee plantation, tea plantation, because basically there is also cover green cover.
Basically, that is wood, and wood
Yes,
more is the root portion than the shoot portion, and it is harvesting the carbon. It is giving but is carbon neutral and carbon negative situation.
Yes, sir. Carbon neutral is when we whatever we are emitting, equivalent to that we are also absorbing. So that is condition of the carbon neutral. And carbon negative is when we are absorbing more than carbon emissions.
Okay. Biodiversity Act, is it more important than the Forest Act, or the Biodiversity Act is not that important?
There- both are important in their respective areas. Basically, Forest Conservation Act deals with the regulates the diversion of the forest land for the non-forestry purpose, and Biodiversity Act basically deals with the how we have to conserve the biodiversity with the sustainable use, and also we have to share the benefits of it.
It is
The
ABS.
tribals.
Yeah,
So
it is
both are
ABS.
important in their respective areas.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Dinesh.
What is this Panchamrit approach by India?
Yes, sir. It was announced in this COP27 in the Glasgow, sir, where we have we have announced four targets, sir. So first was that, sir, we have to be non-fossil. We have to achieve 50% non-fossils by the 2030, and 500 gigawatt energy should come from renewable energy. Third, sir, we have to create, sir, we have to reduce carbon emission by 1 billion by 2030. And fourth, sir, we have to be carbon neutral by 2070. And fourth, sir, we have to create additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion, sir, by 2030.
Okay, so is there any difference between net zero and carbon neutral?
No, sir, as per my limited knowledge, sir, there should not be any difference.
Okay, fine. So you are presently working in Space Application Center.
Yes, sir.
How would you rate India's performance in the space sector vis-a-vis China?
Yes, sir. ISRO is doing very good, sir. Every nation has their priority, and in their respective areas, China is also doing good, and India is also doing good in their respective areas.
When we compare ourselves with China, where we are lagging behind?
Sir, I won't say we are lagging behind China, sir. But whatever our vision is that we have to harness space technology for societal development, for human development, sir. So in that area, ISRO is exceptionally doing good. So I won't say that it is lagging behind China.
Okay, fine. So you have also studied agriculture engineering.
Yes.
What is the use of gene editing, or how can we use this technique of gene editing in agriculture?
Yes, sir. Gene editing we can use to make some crops that is called the genetically modified crops, sir. Genetically modified crops, sir. So though there that can be, sir, according to the agroclimatic zone of India. That's sir, we want to develop some drought tolerant species. So we can do by this. We want to develop some disease resistant species. We can do that thing. So in that way, it can be used to make a genetically modified crop.
GMOs are genetically modified organisms, and this gene editing is slightly a different approach, which present a better alternative over GMOs in agriculture. Are you aware? Why is that so?
What I know is that I consider gene editing and GMO are same. I'm not aware about difference.
Okay, kindly read on this.
Yes.
And what are the concerns with respect to genetically modified crops in India?
Yes, so genetically modified crops alter the genes of any crop. So we are still not sure that what will the long term impact on the environment and on the humans. So it can because other crops are we have evolutionary sense with parallel with other crops, but suddenly we are changing the gene structure, so we don't know the long-term effects of it.
Should we go for more GM crops or should we wait?
We have to, yes, sir. Looking at current situations, we have to go with genetically modified crops with the proper study and with the more scientific exploration of it.
Okay, fine. My last question. Uh, what would be your priority of areas in which you would like to work if you are working as a district magistrate?
Yes, sir. If working district magistrate, then my more priority will be if more priority will be the making the harnessing the technology, whether it is this technology or some another technology, and indigenous knowledge to make some water more efforts for the water conservation. And yes, sir, for water conservation, like, sir, I was thinking before some days that I have to make some model for my village where we have some water problem. So by digital elevation model, taking the indigenous knowledge, and we can create some kind of structures like check dams or etc. to save the more water.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
These days, we are discussing the concept of climate finance. What's that? What climate has got to do with finance?
Yes, sir. Basically, sir, it is said that the developed countries are historically responsible for the whatever climate is happening now, and to uh, to make more climate change efforts in the developing countries, we need both finance and technology. So there is a one mechanism that is climate finance from which the developed countries will finance the developing countries to adopt some that kind of technologies which will help in the uh, uh, for the climate reduction, sir, climate changes.
Mr. Jangid, you are from Rajasthan. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In Rajasthan, there is a place called Alwar.
Yes, sir.
And near Alwar, there is a tiger reserve called Sariska Tiger Reserve.
Yes, sir.
Okay. A typical problem with this reserve is that that's of course spread in many kilometers area. And within this tiger reserves, there are many villages
Yes,
populated by, of course, civilians for many decades or many generations. So rules and regulations which are applicable on reserve, that's one set. But these people they are normal human beings and they do lots of activities which fundamentally break the rules of forest law and all that. And it's always a tussle. And population has increased. So tussles also have increased. Tell me how we can minimize these tussles.
uh, yes, sir. Sariska has I also visited the Sariska, and there was a problem of village people residing over there. So, basically, sir, that is also their right to be in the reserve, but parallelly we have to conserve the tigers also, sir. So we can reduce the stresses by relocating them some other area, but parallel we have to ensure that sir, they get proper livelihoods, sir, over there. Sir. So what we can do in that, sir, we can include them in ecotourism. So whatever activities will be done there, basically they will be the stakeholder in that in the tourist guide, some opening some small hotels. So they will be the main stakeholders. Sir. I remember one example in Jabra villages. So in Chhattisgarh, sir. So what was there, sir? That community was given the forest right over there, sir. So they were able to conserve and manage that area, sir, perfectly. So same initiative can be taken over there, sir. But ultimately, it is that, sir, we have to relocate them because tigers also need some space, but parallel we have to provide some alternate livelihood.
Tell me how we can use new emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence for better forest management.
Yes, sir. As you said, sir, artificial intelligence. I remember, sir, one example there in European countries, one experiment is going using the green board. So in forest management, we are having the problem of illegal felling. So what we can do, sir, it might be right now executed and not financially viable. Some chips are attached to the trees, and we can check according to noise level and the surrounding condition whether it is cutted or not, or where it is going. So in that way, artificially analyzing the data, or when we are monitoring the forest cover, So using the artificial technology, automatically we can detect where encroachment is happening, where forest fire is there. So in many aspects in forest management, technologies can be artificial intelligence can be used.
That's all from my side. Wish you all the best.